Welcome back to my Minecraft survival series and to episode 31. Today, we're doing a very well needed world tour. This is the second world tour that we've done on my channel. The first one was episode 17, but I'm trying to do them roughly every 15 episodes so we can see the progression over time. And boy, have we done a lot since the last one. If you are new here, I hope you enjoy this video, and everything that you see in this has been built or done within my episodes or within my streams. In between my episodes, I do streams that correlate with the previous episode, and they all get posted as past broadcasts. On the thumbnail, I do a little number so that you guys can keep up and track and know at what stage to watch them all. But that's enough rambling for me. Let's get into it. There's so much to get into. The first thing we're running through today is my home base, and as I go through my world today, I am going to be referring to my map a lot. Hopefully that'll give you guys a good understanding of where everything is. So I would consider this section up to here, down around, and to here my home base. Most of my builds are actually underground. I'm definitely a condensed builder, and I like to do everything very tight together. So even though this doesn't seem like a lot, it's a lot. Let's go. This is my house. As you enter through the front door, we just have this main section. There's a big spiral staircase going up. To the right, I have a little room with my dog in it. Hey, Brewski. He likes to just stare at the wall because I don't often say hi to him or take him out on any adventures, and he's probably quite depressed at this point. Up these little stairs, I've got this storage section here. I definitely want to add more up here, but it is quite barren. I did a house upgrading video a few episodes ago, and we spent most of that just doing like the outside, the walls, and making it very big. So the decorations inside definitely need to be worked on, but let's go up this spiral staircase next. Up here is where my bedroom is. I'm very proud of this very small, tight space. To the left, we've got a cute little dresser with some mirrors. To the right, we've got, I don't even know what I'd call this, but it looks cute. And then we've got my beds here. And because this spiral staircase takes more than 3 seconds to get up, I have another way to get up and down, which is through this door. And I just jump right down here. And there's a ladder to get back up. But let's go through the front door again. This time we're going to go down this staircase to the left and then to the left again. This is my chest room. This is in a desperate need of an upgrade. I think it was good for maybe the first 10 episodes, but I need a lot more chests. But the general gist is that I've got all of my wood items here. We've got some nether items, mob items here. We've got my plant items here, shovel items here, and then my pickaxe items. Through this little doorway, we have all of my special stuff. So I've got my diamonds, all of the emeralds, gold, got stuff like Heart of the Sea, and we've also got all of my totems of undying. I have a raid farm, so we've got a lot of those now. On the right side of this staircase, we've got this section which needs to be changed because I don't use this anymore. I've got a kitchen and a pantry in there. I'll show you guys in a second. I'm going to turn this into a nice little lounge area, just put a couch and stuff. So just decorative. But through here, we have my enchanting potions library kinda room. We've got some storage here. This is my enchanting table. We've also got a barrel in the corner with some lapis for easy access. This is my potions table, got some barrels down here. And these barrels down here, haven't done it yet, but we're going to connect this to my cleric's basement, so any spare potions I make there, if you don't know what I'm talking about, we'll get to that, I can send to right here for easy access. And then to the right here, we've got an anvil, a grindstone, a cutter thingy-majiggy. If we keep going this way, I've got a fireplace, and then we've got a build that I am very proud of, maybe one of my most favorite rooms. This is my kitchen, and it is also interactive. This is my coffee station. This is meant to be a cup. We've got a cookie right there. This is my fridge, and if you press this button, it'll spit out some steak at you. We've got a sink here as well. You can turn it on and off and it'll fill it with water. And over here, we've got a stove that has some smoke coming up, got a pan on it. Next to my kitchen, I've got this dining table with some chairs. We've got placemats with different food on it, a cake in the middle. And you're sitting right in front of aquarium inside. This is where I'm going to put my blue axolotl when we finally get one. Haven't gotten that yet. Here we've got a massive wall of a library, and this is a cutout ready to be a secret door. Apparently you can make secret doors where you like pick out a book from a bookshelf and then it opens up. So we're going to do that eventually. And then the last thing in this room is my pantry right through this doorway. I have a whole lot of storage for all my different food. And then off to the right through here, this is where my super smelter is hidden. So if you go through this door, you can see it back here, not so pretty back here. This just enables me to cook everything really, really quickly, whether it is food or just normal blocks. This is the chest where you put your fuel source. This is the chest where you put the items that you want to cook. And then at the end, they all end up in here. That is pretty much it for my house for now. I'm really excited to keep extending it. Ignore this ugly room, that's nothing right now. This is my back door that goes to my backyard, which is opposite to this staircase. I'm sorry if I'm going too quick and it's kind of confusing, but we've got a right and a left staircase, so you go down this way for the chest room and whatnot. But you can also just quickly go down this way if you want to get out to the backyard quickly. Go out here, we've got a nice little dock, cute little bridge. I purposely built my house next to the water because it's way easier to go on an adventure and travel places. And luckily my house is surrounded by a lot of water, so makes it easy. All right, if we continue following this dock, we've got a random pillager that got stuck in this boat and I decided to keep him. But next to him, I've got this nice little waterfall. You keep going and we've got my camel's house. Hey Charlie, how you doing? Another pet that I should probably take out to see the light of day. Sorry. But his little pyramid that we've built continues off to the side. I'm pretty proud of this. Another small build, but looks cute. But over this bridge, we have my turtle island with some incomplete palm trees. This is where, obviously, all of my turtles live, but it's also where I have a whole lot of axolotls. And where I've been breeding my axolotls to try and get a blue one. We'll get there one day. But the entire thing is enclosed so that I can put some dolphins in here or whatever aquatic animals I want. I learnt the hard way you can't put tropical fish and axolotls in here. Whoops. The island itself in the middle has this cave, some decorative items. Ooh. There's a turtle loving this cave, or maybe just can't escape. This is what it looks like on the map for reference, and as you can see, there's some weird checkered thing in the middle. The main purpose for this turtle island is my scoot farm right here. So these guys breed, they lay their eggs, and then the babies fall down. When they turn into adults, they disappear. And the scoots from those adults fall into here. That's it for the turtle island. Also, ignore these chests. They're junk chests and we're going to pretend we didn't see them. Here's what my house looks like from the back. And the last thing to go through for my house and my backyard section here is I have started, emphasis on started, to build a coral reef here. Yeah, looking really good right now. Hopefully my next world tour this will look a lot nicer, but we do also have my conduit right here, which enables me to breathe and have night vision and all that good stuff underwater. Let's go back outside the front of our house, and this time we're gonna go left over this way. Here we've got my crop farm. We've got every single type of crop. We've got carrots, potatoes, wheat, beetroot, watermelon, pumpkin at the back. Also with some berry bushes in the middle, which are really annoying because I always get caught on them. But if you keep going through and past the crop field, you come to my graveyard. At the front of my graveyard, you've got these 8 main gravestones. These are reserved mostly for my dogs. I usually take a wolf out on every single one of my episodes. We're not doing that today, again, just because it's a different episode. And I do my best to keep them alive, but yes, we've already had a couple deaths. In this one, we have Becky, our wolf that died in the woodland mansion. Becky? Underneath this little carpet, we also have... Oh, I'm gonna have to redo this glowstone. Oh well. We have a chest underneath and there's a couple items to represent her. So we usually bury them with stuff. And then we also have Waldo, who died 2 episodes ago in our raid episode. All of the other ones are empty, they just have like example and stuff like that. Oh, and here we've got a skeleton horse that I named after one of my viewers, Grim. We did a stream where I named a whole lot of pets around my world after viewers. We'll do another one of those soon, by the way, look out for that. We've got a couple decorative ghosts right here. I thought that would be a cute touch. And then we have this church, which looks awesome, and I definitely cannot take credit for it. Enderman. I did watch a tutorial for this one and I put up a little sign so that I can forever give credit. Thank you, 𝘽𝑃. But it's got this little front section with a Bible there, and then we've got these seats. On the outside of it, we also have some little decorative parts here. That's meant to be a graveyard. I don't know if I should have that right next to the church. And then we have my smaller tombstones for lesser mobs that have died. Like my spotted rabbit that didn't even get named yet. Or Tay, my white axolotl that I got literally episode 1. Yes! Oh my god, oh my god. Alright, we got a yellow, we got a white, I want the pink one. I've done it. Come here, baby. I've got 3 axolotls. That's one of the first things I ever did in this series. And I'm still in denial about the fact that she died, so I wrote she ran away. If you keep going, we've got a couple dead trees, a little seating area, if you want to sit in the graveyard, I guess. This is a build that hasn't been finished yet. I won't bother talking about what that's going to be. And then back here, we've got another section for small gravestones. As you can tell, I have a lot of faith in myself for keeping things alive. But going back out from my graveyard, if you turn right and continue down this path, we hit my panda village. I've made this entire section enclosed so that I can have pandas roaming around free. For some reason, they're all stuck back here though. I don't know why. Is it because of the path? But other than these pandas, we do have some pens for the pandas. For example, these are my 2 OG pandas that I have pretty much bred every single one of the other ones from. Here's a little throne for them. Off to the left of them, we've got a decorative section. This panda just never left the cave, so I decided to block him in and make it official. Cave panda. And all of the other pens are all the different types of pandas. So we've got our brown pandas. Some of them have gotten into each other's pens. I don't know how. We've got playful pandas. We've only got one of them right now, and we actually only moved her here a couple days ago. Hi! I want to see which type this is. I think this is the only panda we don't have. Oh, everyone says the brown pandas are the most rare. I have bred so many of them, but playful ones had never got. And we had a chicken that got stuck in the boat as well, so now they're just kind of best friends. Then we've got the weak pandas. These are my personal favorite because I think they look the cutest. Then we've got lazy pandas. These guys are so annoying. They live up to their name. They are very lazy and they just usually are on their backs. Surprising that they're not right now, but these ones just have a smart... There you go. And lastly, you have the aggressive pandas, which I think are pretty obvious which ones are aggressive. They look like that. I also did a cute little water bit in the center with a bridge over the middle. I envisioned them walking across this bridge and being one happy family, but no, they just like to stick over to that edge. But that is it for the panda village. Now we're back at the front. We have got this little pond here, which had my original axolotls, the one Tay that I was mentioning before. She was in here. We did get 3 in episode 1. We now only have 1 left. Please don't go anywhere. Next, we're going to go to the right of my house. Over here, we've got some stables. These stables are for my horses. I've currently got 2 of them in 1 pen because they ended up in there together. And I was like, well, that's cute. You guys can stay. And I've also decorated this place with some wheat, some water, other little things. If you keep going to the right, there's not a whole lot more over here. I've got a lot of plans for a lot of builds, but we do have my llama stables that I have been meaning to build in so that they're actually in a safe place, which is very important because they all died. I didn't realize that they spit at mobs like zombies and skeletons, and then those mobs will attack them. But here's what it looked like initially. All of them were filled and I had every single color of carpet on each one. But yeah, now we only have 3 left. Let's just ignore that. There was one project that I really wanted to get done by this world tour that unfortunately I didn't get done. But that is my sniffers base. Right now I've got 2 sniffers under here. This is pretty sad. I apologize. Sorry, Mr. Snifferson. Sorry, Mrs. Sniffles. The plan with these guys is I'm gonna build a massive garden for them that covers pretty much this entire section right here. But for the most part, this whole right section is not very well built up. So let's go on to some more interesting things. If you go straight through this way, I have got my rabbit's den. If I go through this door right here, we have got 1 of every type of rabbit. And they just get stuck underneath this parkour course I did. Maybe I should just get rid of that, to be honest. There you go. I think they've been stuck under there for a couple months. Here's what the whole build looks like from outside. But if we turn around, I have also got some stables for my sheep and some stables for my cows. I was meant to do a stable for my pigs, but I ran out of room. So we've just got those 2. Straight ahead, this is my villager village. This is going to be a massive part that I'm really excited to take you all through, but we're not going there yet. Right now, we're going to go left. This is where my greenhouse is. We've got my bee section. We've got another animal that we've named after a viewer, Jasmina. If you jump down here, go through this door. This is where I collect all of my honey in bottles and all of my honeycomb. I got a bubble elevator here to shoot me back up. And that's that, but let's go through our greenhouse. Inside my greenhouse, we've got 3 different types of animals. We've got the frogs, and we've got every type of color. We've got the green one, the white one, and the orange one. We've also got bees that are inside their beehives right now because it's nighttime. And sitting around the place, we've got every type of parrot. We've got the green, the red, the blue, the white, and we've also got the dark blue back here. I've even got some green particles coming from these spore blossoms, which are also on the roof. And then we've got pink particles that come from these blossom leaves. Got some ponds with some tropical fish, some lily pads, and it is a walkthrough experience. We've got a door on the other side so you can go from one side to the other. And that's what it looks like from the outside. And right in front of this greenhouse is the next section we're going to go to, which is my breeding base. Let's go through here. I assume it's pretty self-explanatory what my breeding base is, but this is where I have all of my villagers. And I have gone through the tedious effort of getting every single type of villager. Each pen is decorated depending on their biome. So off to the left, we have my desert villagers here. You will see that there's quite a few jungle ones amongst them because we are in a jungle biome right here. So when they breed, we get a lot of jungle ones. We've got our savannah villagers. I use these guys mostly for all my librarians, which you guys will see later where they all are. My jungle villagers. My first ever iron golem, which spawned in here naturally because of the villagers. Iron giant. Off to the right, we have this lava room. This is where I send all of my spare jungle villagers because, like I said, we breed a lot of them. And I just trap them in here until they disappear. To the right of that room, I would call this my transport room. I have a couple different places in my world that I often need to send these villagers to, like the librarians that I just mentioned. I will tell you guys later where those places lead to. But for now, let's go to the bottom stairs of this breeding base where we have the rest of the villagers. Down here, we have got my swamp villagers, which are my favorite. I think their design is the cutest with the little mushroom in the back pocket. We have our snowy tundra. We also have a little snowman. Give us a smile. Hey, got our taiga villagers, our plains villagers, and then the last one back here is our nitwits. We've only got 2 different types right now, but I want to get every single type of nitwit. If you don't know what nitwits are, they're a bit more rare. They have the green sleeves like that, and it basically just means that they can't have a job. I really want to breed these guys like crazy and have them as my main villagers in my village, so they're not running around to different decoration blocks and trying to get jobs. So that's going to be a mission and a half, trying to find every type of nitwit one. Back here, we've got another lava room. As you guys can see in action right now, I've got 4 jungle guys in here. Maybe I should do like a lava waterfall so they can't just stand next to it. But that is it for my whole breeding base and the bottom floor. And the last section I'm showing you guys for my main base is right next door. And it is my mine shaft. You know how I said earlier that most of my big builds are underground, so don't be fooled by how small it looks? There is a lot down here. When you first enter, we've got a left and a right already. It does continue going down deeper and then deeper again and then deeper again and then deeper again. But firstly, off to our left, we're going to ignore these 2 junk chests that I forgot to move. We've got 4 skeleton horses. I do have more skeleton horses around the place. We've had 3 batches of skeleton horses in this series so far. But these are the first 4. We've got some cute stables. I've even put some glowstone with glass so that they glow a little bit. With some hay bales, I've got a little water thing there. And that's about it. To the right of the staircase, we've got some different tunnels. Obviously, I've got nether portals set up that take me to long distances. But there are certain places that I don't need a nether portal for. They're like just close enough, and that's what these tunnels are for. So for example, this is my tunnel to my lush cave. We've got a bubble elevator system here, so I'll just jump down here. We've got a minecart that takes us all the way to the lush caves. This is my main lush cave that I like to visit often if I need any lush cave items. I've made a cute little path only really to here. Despite the fact that this is just a great big cave, it also has some more meaning to it because this is the lush cave that I visited all the way back in episode 1. Oh my god, this place is massive. Ooh, I'm not liking how many mobs there are. This is where I got my 3 axolotls from that I've mentioned a couple times. And for reference of distance, I'm going to go to my map, and that's how close it is to my base. So like I said, it's not enough to need a nether portal, but enough to need a minecart. Now let's go back to that staircase. We do of course have a couple other ones, like this one takes me to the Badlands over here. This one takes me to an amethyst, and this one is yet to be decided. Now we get to go deeper into this massive mineshaft that I have built. This first part I would call the top floor. Onto the right, we have every single type of wolf that you can get in this game. The black wolf, the spotted wolf, chestnut wolf, woods wolf, which is Waldo, who died a couple episodes ago. We do need to replace him, unfortunately, so we'll do that in a second. Snowy wolf, rusty wolf, ashen wolf, striped wolf, and lastly the pale wolf. Off to the left though, we do also have this section in here. This is where we have our little armadillo section. He's on top of a hopper so that I can constantly get a lot of scoots, which we need for dog armor. And then in here, this is where I have 2 of every type of wolf. That way, when I do have a wolf die, I don't have to go back to the biome to get it. I just continuously breed these guys, which like I said, we need to get a new woods wolf, so we can do that right now. Firstly, we need to breed these 2. We've got a new baby. I'm going to put these guys back in their spot. But we also have this section with some name tags in it and an anvil ready to name him. Whenever I name my pets, I actually like it to be random, so I go to a randomizer website. Waldo was a male, so this time we're going to do female. And because he's a woods wolf, I do want the first letter to be W. Generate random names. Wendy. Wendy it is. Let's make it official. There we go. Wendy. And the last thing about the dogs is I'm sure you can tell they're all color coordinated, so that's how I pick which dog to do at the start of every round. I have all the colors of the dogs here except for the most recent one, and then I spin it. For example, today the wolf we would have taken would have been yellow, which is our striped wolf, Scotty. But moving on, this top floor is still incomplete. I'm going to do a bunch of railway... What? Hold on. Ignore that. Ignore what I was saying. Oh, you're in there. Oh my god, there was 4 of them drowning. Well, scratch what I was saying before. This is my LA's home. As you can see, we have got a lot of LAs. I went a little crazy with the decorations, but I wanted to make it very blue, very mystical. We have a lot of these guys, and they are all from either a woodland mansion or from pillager outposts. And yes, I made the item that they're holding a diamond, because I'm crazy. Only the best for these guys. So if I ever run out of diamonds, I might have to come here and take them off them. But that is it for the LAs. Let's go deeper. Down here, I dug out an entire abandoned mineshaft? Is that what they're called? A mineshaft, and I upgraded it. It looks a little crazy, but there is a lot of different sections down here that are a lot of use to me. So let's go through it. If you go down and to the left, this has got a bunch of different trees as cute little decorative things, because if we keep going, this is my tree/plant room. This is another build that hasn't been finished yet. Shocker. There's a lot of sections on the sides that haven't been done yet, but let me quickly run you through the general gist of it. This is what all of them will end up looking like. They're all themed. This one is the dark oak one. We've got some chests with bone meal and some seeds so that I can continuously plant the trees and farm them. That way I don't have to keep going back to the biomes to farm them all. I've also decided that I am going to do glass on the sides so that we don't have things falling outside, but I think a viewer did tell me that when you plant a tree, it grows outside anyway. So maybe I can't do that. But trees aren't the only thing that I want to be able to collect/farm down here. On the sides, I'm going to have some smaller sections with, for example, berries, sugarcane, glowberries, cactus, cocoa beans, vines, ? I'm not too sure yet, but if you guys have any ideas of things that I could farm down here, please let me know, because I want to fill out this whole place, and hopefully we've done that by the next world tour and it'll look very sick. Before we leave, a couple features I want to mention is we've got this cute waterfall here using all the different wooden slabs, which I think looks really good. And we've got this guy, which was from Halloween, and he's got a pumpkin head. Let's go back out. We've got a lot more to cover in this mineshaft. I'm back at the start now, so if we continue going straight instead of off to the left, we come to this section, and along here we're going to have a bunch of small farms that are useful for me. Right now we've got my infinite lava source. This one is my concrete farm. It would be more accurate to say concrete powder converter to concrete. You put the powder in your other hand, and then you can place it and break it really quickly like that. The hopper collects it all, puts it in the chest below, just like so. Unfortunately though, those are the only 2 farms that I've gotten to do in these smaller farm sections. I am really keen to fill them out though, and if you go down here, around, through here, up here, to the left, to the right, I also have these little rooms cut out that I also want to turn into small farms. I have a bunch of ideas, but no point in running through that now. We're not done yet. I've gone back to the start because I understand this section is pretty much a maze and I don't want it to be too confusing. So we've covered the tree section, the small farms along here. I've got this layer for small farms as well, and that layer. We've also got this section here, which is for strip mining. I don't think there's any point of me going down there to show you. Haven't really used it yet. But the final part, and the part I am probably most proud of down here, is all the way at the bottom. We've got this spawner, which isn't used for anything, but keep going. And this right here is what I'm talking about. I not only wanted to put small farms down here, but also some really big farms. So you see this iron block here? Yep. This is my iron farm. We've got the villagers up the top in their little base here. They're all asleep. That causes iron golems to spawn above, and then they fall down here. They die to this fire, and then all the iron drops into here. With some flowers, which is kind of sad. And then to get up quickly, I've got another bubble elevator. Of course. I love my bubble elevators. And you pop out right there. I have also got a couple other cutouts. Right here, we found an amethyst geode. So we've got this little block here to represent that. That's where I farm all my amethyst. And I have another cutout here. I did have an idea to make this an emerald farm. I wanted to connect the iron farm to a little trading base down here with blacksmiths so you can trade iron for emerald. But since then, I've learnt that it's just way more effective to trade sticks with fletchers. So again, if you've got any ideas of what I could put down there, let me know. There is so much more that I have to do down here and so many other ideas that I want to add. But for now, that is it for my mineshaft. The next segment we're moving on to, finally, I am so excited, is my villager village. So we're going to go past this greenhouse. It is right here. In this village, we have started building a house for every different role of villager. But not just that, every single house has a basement underneath that has some sort of farm or use to me that correlates with that role. However, before we get into that, sorry, I am really excited to get into it. I want to quickly talk about my milestone statues. Every time I hit a new subscriber milestone, I build a version of this villager statue right here. This one is my 7k subs one. This was the first one we built, and that was on the 16th of the 7th, 2024. Since then, we have built one more milestone statue, which is off over here. Let's quickly go there. I'm going to be building these statues all around my world, and I also want them to get cooler and cooler. I'll put the links down below, but there's different ones for different biomes, different structures. For this one, you got some stuff on your nose. For this one, I picked the stone statue, and the location that I chose is where I made my very first stone tools. Stone Age. Upgrading. Alright, 2 more of you. Couple of you. Couple of you. We got some stone weapons. We built this one for 10,000 subs, which happened, I think, not even a month later on the 25th of the 7th, 2024. And I am so happy to announce that we have crossed over to the next milestone, which is 20,000 subs. So I really wanted to make sure that I mentioned those today because later on, we're going to be building a new one. For the 20k sub one, I'm going to be doing a nether themed one, so I'll wait until we get to my nether base and then we'll build it there. But enough about that, let's finally get into these villager houses. We're going to start off all the way to the left, which is my cleric's house. And I'm sure you can tell, yes, they're all color coordinated. Everything's color coordinated. I love my colors. But this is what it looks like from the outside. I like this one. It's got a cool little thing on the top. This is what it looks like on the inside. This definitely needs an update. These did have a bunch of potions in them, but I stole them at some point. Every house is also going to have a different type of villager as the house owner. By the way, I kind of go between calling it a store and a house. I feel like they're mostly themed to be a store. Either one. This is Cordelia. He's a swamp villager. I chose him because he's purple and I feel like it matches the cleric fit well. Not only are we going to have a villager, but they're also going to have a pet. And because he's a swamp villager, I thought it only made sense to do a fully black cat. This is Cora. She really likes that mushroom. But onto the basement. The basement, the basement, the basement. Welcome. For the cleric's basement, we have everything we would ever need to make every single potion. Starting up the top, this is my awkward potion base. Right here, we've got a chest filled with bottles. To fill it with water, I have an infinite water source that we just click like that. Next to it, we've got a bunch of brewing stands. As you can see right now, there's already awkward potions in there. I just put the water bottles in there. And the other ingredient you need for awkward potions is nether wart. So of course, I've got a nether wart farm. I've already got quite a lot of nether wart in here, but let's say I didn't have any left. I just pull this lever, it releases water from the back and pushes all of the nether wart into these hoppers, which then also funnels it to this chest. We would then grab the nether wart, put it into our brewing stand, and it's as easy as that. Also on the top floor is this chest right here that says back home. You guys remember when we were back in my house and I said those barrels underneath my potion section, I want to connect to the cleric's basement? I want to put any spare potions in here and then we'll funnel that back home. So like I said, it's easy access. But the best part of this basement is downstairs. And this is where we have everything we need to actually make the potions. Starting over on this side, this is my section for Potion of Swiftness and Potion of Slowness. For both of these potions, the main ingredient you need is sugar, and sugar comes from sugarcane. And I've got a little system I'm yet to set up. Here's a cool little back room. We've got a sign that says delivered from Suzanne the librarian. Basically, I have a sugarcane farm underneath my library. I'll show you guys very soon. And I want to set up a bunch of hoppers along here that funnels the sugarcane from that basement all the way over to this chest right here. Turn the sugarcane into sugar, brew the sugar with an awkward potion to make swiftness, and then all you have to do is add a fermented spider eye to make slowness. We've got another similar setup like this over on this side for all of these potions. For night vision and invisibility, the main ingredient is a golden carrot. For healing and harming, the main ingredient is a glycering melon. And because they are both crop items, I have another back room here which is going to connect to our farmer's basement. I have a crop farm. Again, I'll show you guys soon. We're going to have carrots and melons funnel from the farmer's basement. And then the one ingredient we're missing is we also need some gold to turn it into those two items. So I've got that here. And that's everything you need for these four because you basically just add a fermented spider eye to night vision and it makes invisibility. Same thing here. You add a fermented spider eye to healing and it makes harming. The last potion that will have some sort of farm system set up is the Potion of Leaping. I basically just want to have a farm back here with a bunch of rabbits and a system that makes them disappear. Have a bunch of hoppers below them that collects the items that they drop, but specifically set up the hoppers that will send only rabbit's foot to the chest that's on the other side of this wall, right here, and that's the ingredient to make Potion of Leaping. I have not set up all of these systems yet, but again, look forward to the next world tour. Hopefully we've done it by then. For all of the rest of the potions, I couldn't think of a farm to set up. For example, the ghast here. What am I going to do down in this basement to get that? So for these ones, they just have their own individual brewing stands and a chest with the item inside that you need. The very last thing we have in this basement that is of good use is we've got these three chests in the middle. Redstone that increases the duration of the potion, glowstone that increases the strength of the potion, and gunpowder which turns it into a splash potion. And that is it. Let's move on to the next villager house. Oh, technically that's not it. We also have a cute little bed section and there's this ladder that goes up to this storage up here, but that's just for decor. The next house/store is the farmer's store, and for some reason, they just want to get in here so bad. They are always there, his little fangirls. This is Fred. He is the store owner for this building and he doesn't have a pet right now. Not all of them are set up yet. One day we'll do a video where it's finally finishing the village. We'll add all of the store owners and all the pets in that aren't already there. For him, I'm thinking we just do a chicken. I think that would be cute. But we've got a foods list here with a bunch of prices and I'll just give you guys a quick look at the decorations around this. We've got a couple crops that can grow here. So he actually does farm these. Over here, we've got a ladder with his bed up here. Little bedside table with a flower, some paintings. There is a back door that takes us to a crop farm. It's looking a bit messy right now because of all these beds back here. I've chucked all of these down so that all the villagers have somewhere to sleep. I have not built houses for them yet. And this used to be filled with crops, but I think they keep jumping on it and destroying them. Here's our cute little scarecrow. That's it for the backyard. Let's go back in. And this door over to the right takes us to the farmer's basement. Let's jump down. In the farmer's basement, of course, we have a crop farm. The way this farm works is we've got 4 different sections, each with a different farmer and a different crop. And we've got one guy in the middle. Technically, there's 2 because somehow the guy that was in here got in the middle. That's not supposed to be able to happen. Because villagers like to share things with each other, they go to the guy in the middle and they try and throw crops at him. But, haha, I've got carts with hoppers, so they collect it instead and take it to this underground section where I've got a whole lot of chests that are completely filled to the brim. And this is where I'm going to connect hoppers to take it to the farmer's basement, which is through this tunnel. and through this door. That's where the carrot and melon will be sent, the potions that I mentioned before. That's it for the farmer's basement. Let's go to the next villager's house. For the next one, we've got the butcher's house. Hey, Barry. He always wants to be anywhere but in here. Come on. Come say hi to the people. Okay. Oh, I didn't mention, if it's not obvious, the farmer villager type is a jungle villager. I thought that matched well with the yellow. And for this guy, we've got the savannah villager. Same as the farmer's house, we've got an items list with different prices with a bunch of different meat. These items here are meant to resemble hanging meat. I think it's good enough for Minecraft. But we've also got a cute fireplace, we've got his bed, and outside this door here, we have got his pets, which is a sheep and a cow. Friends, not food. As for the basement, we've got this in the corner. It's actually a bubble elevator because this basement is connected to the farmer's basement. Let me quickly go back down here. This is the butcher's side. This is where I get all my steak from. If this makes you sad, maybe look away. The way that it works is I have a chest right here that has wheat in it. So I go down, I grab that wheat. You go to the top of the build and you crouch whilst you feed them. This will make the cows breed and the babies are small enough to drop down to the bottom section. And then you do have to wait for them to become adults, but because I already had adults down here, I can show you guys. We press this. Turn it off. And again, there is a hopper connected to a chest, so all of the meat goes in here. Let's put that wheat back away. I've already got so much random junk in my inventory. I could also replicate this machine and do it a couple more times. I could do it with a sheep, with a chicken, but I'm happy with just steak, so that's all we've got for now. Let's go to the next villager house. Next up is the fisherman's house / store, which is this one right here. We've got it themed blue. This store is more incomplete. We haven't done a whole lot in here. I got to do the actual price list. But for the villager, I'm thinking we do a snowy tundra villager because he's themed blue and that will be cool. We've got a little fish rack here for decoration, and out the back, I've purposely done this build next to my man-made river so that we could do a cute little dock with a boat. And of course, a villager has gotten himself stuck in there. And this is just obviously meant to resemble a little fishing station. But as for the basement for this one was a little bit of a fail. The main idea that I had for it was I wanted to do an AFK fishing farm. You can set them up pretty easily by having an auto clicker program, but I was trying not to use that. I did a lot of research to figure out how to do an AFK fishing farm like naturally without a program. The main issue is that they keep updating the game so that you can't do that. I was going to build it here, but 2 issues was what I just said, and number 2, you needed daylight. So, good one. But if you guys do know a fishing farm that would work that doesn't somehow need daylight, please let me know. I will finish it. As for decor though, I've just got this storage section here. We've got a little lamp and a desk. And over here, I did a cute little pirate ship. Oh! I didn't put that cat there. That's kind of cute though. And then lastly, I did do this big wall as a glass wall. I still need to decorate this river. I'll show you guys on the map. It starts from here and it goes along here. It's going to continue going all the way up here, and then I'm also going to make this part a massive lake and have another river going through the back of the village. Eventually, I'm going to decorate the heck out of these lakes, and I'm going to fill it up with pretty things like coral, kelp, sea lanterns, and tropical fish, which I really want to name all of the tropical fish after my viewers and subscribers. So that'll be a pretty cool view from here, but that's it. That's it for this basement. Let's go to the next one, which is the library, and this is another massive basement that I'm very proud of. We did actually have a store owner for this one. We had a librarian named Susie. Don't know where she went. Instead, we've just got a bunch of jungle villagers that got stuck up the top. But let's go through this. So I've obviously got a bunch of bookshelves, a little reading nook. This section here has a bunch of chiseled bookshelves because my plan in the long run is to put my own books in there, which either has like a copy of well-known short stories, or maybe we can make our own. Maybe I'll get ChatGPT to make some based on the world. I think that would be cute. Off to the left of that, we've got this big fireplace, and then we've also got a cat section. That is the pet for the librarian. I had a bunch of cats sitting on here, but at some point a witch came in here, started throwing potions, killed a cat, and then made all of the other cats run around, and now they're just over here. Oscar, Ilse, and I think there's one back here, Eugene. I just haven't been bothered to move them back on there because it's so difficult to do. Anyway, other than that, we've got this little staircase that goes up to what's meant to be the librarian's bed section. So of course we've got a bed here, and that's where these guys keep getting stuck. Do you want to be let down? Leave, please. I don't want you up here. Nice. And that's pretty much it for this top section. Let's head down to the basement for this store. This is my Librarian Trading Hall. This is where I get all of my enchantment books from, so each one of these sections has a different type of enchantment book that they sell. For example, this is my Silk Touch guy. I even have a chest underneath these trapdoors in case I want to put spare books in there. And of course, to make it pretty, I put a bunch of frames with little decor items at the top. We've done a pretty good job so far at filling it all out. We've got 14 slots right here. Some of them have more than one. For example, this one has name tag, lore, smite, and flame. So we've got more than 14 here, but at the top floor, we've also filled out all of these guys all the way around to here. So we've actually only got 1, 2, 3, 4. We've only got 4 slots left to fill out. Behind me on the other side of this room, we've also got this big section. It used to be just one big stone wall and I wanted to make it prettier. If you've watched my other episodes, you would have seen this room many times. I visit here very, very often. It's not fully complete because I want to put a couple cute decor. Hello? I want to put a couple cute decor items along here, like some skeleton heads, maybe. But for the most part, it's done. I'm very happy with it. I think it looks nice. As for how I get my librarians here, that was what I mentioned earlier when we were in the breeding base, when there was that transport room. That minecart that I sent off would lead to here. So if I followed this tunnel all the way back, would end up at that transport room in the breeding base. And basically what I do is I just grab some rails from this barrel right here. And when I'm ready to bring in a new librarian, I just change this track to go to the next slot. It's not just useful for the librarians though. I do also have this room right here, Fletcher's basement, where this is where the minecart went. I also need to send villagers here, but we're not ready for that yet. And we're not done with this basement because there is another floor below us. If I continue going down, this is where my sugarcane farm is. It's not currently on, but it's just a system that has an observer, so when the sugarcane grows high enough, these pistons chop it down. There are hoppers underneath this moss. If you don't know, moss blocks can have items drop through it into a hopper. And then the hoppers funnel the sugarcane down below here into these chests. As you can see from this sign, it says Sugar, Cleric's Basement. This is where I'm going to set up the hoppers to also go to that Cleric's Basement for the sugar. So if I follow this tunnel all the way up here, this takes us to that back room in the Cleric's Basement. I'm so excited to set all of that up, but it's going to take a lot of brain power that I do not have, so we'll do that at some point. The last thing I want to say, and then we're done for the librarian's basement, is we do have another sign here that says Paper Trading Hall. The reason it says that is there is one more system I want to set up for my trading hall, which will be useful for actually buying the enchantment books, and it's to do with these two sections here and here. This chest right here is where the sugarcane is going to get funneled to. I can turn that into paper. I can use the paper to make books. I will need a chest with leather. And I can also use the paper if I put a librarian right here and I can trade the paper for emeralds. And those are the two items you need to buy all the enchantment books. And that is it for the librarian trading hall. Let's go to the next store. Next up is the cartographer's house, which is next to the fisherman's house. This build is not done at all. Only the outside is done. The decorations for this store is mostly going to be to do with maps, obviously. And I think I'm going to wait until I have elytra. I might change my mind on that. But elytra would make it a lot easier to fly around and get a bunch of maps. It wouldn't be so difficult to do this top floor, but the main reason why it's going to be a big task is for the basement that I have planned. Down here, this room will probably be 4 times the size, and I want to do a bunch of different maps. Love to have a map of just my home base, also my nether base and all of the bridges I've built. But then I also have some other sections around my world, like for example, this is my cherry grove that I've built a little village in. We'll go through that later. So I'm just going to try and put as many maps down here as I can. It'll look sick, but we just haven't done that yet. And the villager type for the cartographer is I chose the desert because it's orange, it matches. I thought he looked cool as the cartographer. We've got 2 more stores to go, and these 2 are outside of my village walls because this is where we've begun to do the extension. It'll be really cool when we can finally release all of the other villages into this section. But anyway, on to the Fletcher's house. This is what it looks like from the outside. It's green. We've got a couple different things outside for a shooting range. There is meant to be a target block here. Don't know where that went. We've also got it on the left side as well, just to jazz it up a little bit. I wasn't too sure what to do for the Fletcher's house. We also don't have a villager or a pet for this one, but we do have the price list. On the left and the right, I want to put a bunch of tipped arrows, which I haven't quite gotten yet. As for decoration, I just have some stuff here. I'm not very proud of the decoration of this place. I didn't really know what to do. But speaking of tipped arrows, that's what the basement is all about. This basement is another trading hall, but this time it's for Fletchers. When you get Fletchers to master level, they can have a tipped arrow. So for example, this is tipped arrow of swiftness. So same concept as the other trading hall for the librarians. We have the little frame above and we have the sign with what it is. And my mission is to get every single tipped arrow and fill this place out. Which is also why we needed that minecart system to also go here, which is right here. This is what you guys saw before. This is our librarian trading hall right here. That's it for the Fletchers. And finally, the very last store. We actually built this in the last episode if you're interested in watching it. It is the armorer's store. This is the setup for the front desk. You've got 4 different types of armor. You've got the gold, the chainmail, the diamond, the iron. And then you can go around to the back. This is more display for trims, so I've started putting trims along here. I haven't gotten all of the trims yet, that's why there's a couple empty spots. But we've also got a couple on display. The flow armor trim with the amethyst for purple, and the bolt armor trim with diamond for blue. But the basement? The last episode was just way too much because of this. With armor trims, there are 10 different colors that you can choose from 10 different ores. So naturally, I wanted to create 10 different sets of armor, each one being based on a different biome, and the enchantments that are on it are for that biome specifically. I'll quickly run through my favorite ones, but again, if you want to see this whole thing, it's in the previous episode. This is our nether armor. The main enchantments are fire protection and soul speed. To get the red color, you use redstone, and the armor trim we've used for this one is the rib armor trim, which you get from the nether fortress. Of course, we had to decorate it with some nether items, and I've even got a picture of myself. Ocean armor, the main enchantments being aqua affinity and respiration. I did forget about depth strider, which makes you fast underwater, so I got to add that to the boots. But to get this blue color, you use diamond, and the armor trim we've used is tide, which you get from an ocean monument. Here's the photo for that one. Snow armor trim, main enchantment being frostwalker. You use quartz for the white. This trim isn't from the snow, I just thought it looked pretty and it kind of looks like falling snow. I said in the video that I hated that the boots were brown because I wanted leather, it makes you walk on snow. And someone suggested dyeing it cyan. Thank you, you're a genius. You wouldn't even be able to tell, that looks incredible. You guys get the general gist. We've got desert, we've got wither, we've got warden, trial chamber. That color is so pretty. You use copper for that one. Pale garden, jungle, and ender dragon. Not all of them are complete yet because I haven't actually been to all of these structures, so we'll fill them out as we go. Other than the 10 sets of armor, I do need to still decorate this middle section. Ignore how bare and ugly that looks. But we've also got this back section to display every single trim. Again, I don't have all of them. We've got most of them though. We've got the actual trim displayed on the armor stands. We've got the trim name at the top. Got the actual trim in a frame. And then underneath there is even a chest to put spare trims, but mostly to duplicate trims, you usually need a specific block. So in each of these, I've got the specific block ready in case I ever want to duplicate them. And that is officially it for all the villages, stores, houses, basements. As for the rest of the village, as you can see on my map, I have started to mark out the rest of the stores. We're going to continue to do them as we go, but this village is going to continue to extend up to here. And eventually I'll build some actual just villager houses for all of the general folk of the village. Now that that is done, I'm going to switch my armor because next up, we're going to go to the nether. Let's see how this armor looks. I hate this trim. I think it's the most boring trim of them all. I'll probably change this armor to the bastion trim when we finally get it, to be honest. Here we are at my nether portal, which is right outside my house. It is meant to be a massive tree. Might need to fix that sometime, but let's go through it. Here we are. The very first thing I do is quickly grab this, and I always spin it once by accident. Around this portal, we've mostly got different sections for storage, and they're organized in every different biome. Enderman. We've got Crimson, Warped, Soul Sand Valley, Bastion Deltas, Nether Fortress, and anything else that doesn't have a spot. This is completely enclosed to keep me safe. If you want to leave, there's a staircase here. This takes you to the outside, and on the other side is another set of stairs that goes down. This is a project that will be done eventually. I have not even started. As you can see above me, I have a bunch of bridges. They go out in different directions, and that's where all my nether portals are. But down here, I want to set up a bunch of railway tracks that lead me to specific structures within the nether. So the bridges are for portals, and down here are for nether structures. And I was thinking the nether tracks could be enclosed with glass, so like as you're going through, you can see everything around you. I think it'll be sick. We'll see if it's there for the next world tour. Now let's get into these nether bridges. I have got every direction. We've got north, east, south, west. The very first direction I went was south, so we're gonna start there. I should mention, because I can already see the many comments about it, I do know that you can get above the nether roof and that people like to put their portals up there, but I don't want to do that. I really like the idea of having all of these bridges. Eventually I want to put like legs on it. You know how the nether fortress looks? I want my bridges to look like that. I want it to look like one massive structure that I have built in my nether. For a quick glimpse, I'll go to my map to show you guys. This is my base right here, and you can see the different bridges going off in all the different directions. I know it's a lot of extra work, but I don't care. Here's our first portal. This was an attempt at trying to get to a dark oak biome, and I very largely miscalculated it. I ended up underneath an ocean and in a mine shaft. That's why it's also decorated like this. All of my portals are decorated to do with where they go. Oh, and this is my very first iron armor too. I thought that would be a cute little touch. Here we are. I was going to destroy this portal because, like I said, it was in the wrong place, but I saw this up here. This is an abandoned mine shaft. And I thought it was a crazy spawn that it goes through an amethyst geode, so I decided to keep this portal. And I'm glad I did. I found 2 mob spawners pretty much like right next to each other, very close to each other. And that is what is up here. I have turned it into an XP farm. Here is the first spawner. You can see that minecart going by. This is tinted glass, so I can put light out here and it remains pitch black in there. The darker it is, the more that will spawn in. There we go. And as you can kind of see, they get pushed down into this tunnel and it sends them to a location I'll show you guys in a minute. I get into this minecart, I can be AFK, leave my game, and it'll keep going between the 2 spawners. You'll see the other one in a second. This is my skeleton spawner, and it'll just keep taking me round and round to keep spawning them in. And they'll be sent up this bubble elevator. Now I'll show you guys where they get taken. Jump down here. They get sent along a tunnel and drop just enough blocks to be 1 tap. Now I can just hit them, get a bunch of XP. There is also a hopper below them to collect all of the pieces. And because I get so much loot from this, I also have this chest section. A quick glimpse at how much I've gotten. So many arrows. Here's all the chainmail that I have. I've got normal gold armor, enchanted gold armor, way too many bows as well. But yeah, those are all the items that they drop. I just chuck them in there and never see them again. Let's go to the next portal. For the next one, we just keep heading straight down. We're gonna make a right. And this is how far off I was from the dark oak biome I was trying to get to, which is right in there. Here we are. But the decorations is not just dark oak, because this portal takes us right in the middle of 2 biomes, dark oak and spruce. So we've got a bit of dark oak, we've got a little mushroom here, but then we've also got spruce trees with the cobblestone. Can you shut up? What is wrong? I'll quickly show you guys the biome. So we've got dark oak here, and then right across this river, we've got spruce. And I'll zoom out so you guys can see how far away we are from home. This is home up here. That is it for the south side. I've only got those 2 portals here so far. Next, we're going to go to the west side. West is the second bridge we built. That's why we're doing that next. Right here, we have my pigmen that I trade gold with. We did a lot of trading last episode to get the soul speed. But this bridge has a few different things to look at. First up, we take a left here. This isn't that impressive, but I feel like it'd be good to show for comparison next time. I have this random Oh my god, there goes my soul speed. It scares me every time. We have this random staircase. If I go down here, it takes us to my striders. It is nothing special right now. It's just cruel because I could just let them out with all of their friends there. But I want to make them a massive, like, lava base. And they will forgive me. The next location for the west bridge, you can see this staircase right here. It's for our bastion deltas. Let's go up this staircase. And look how massive this place is. I think it looks sick. Of course, it's great to have access to this place just for the resources, but the main reason is because this is my frog light farm. You just have to turn these guys into the smallest version, like that. And then if you take them near frogs, they'll eat them. There we go. Easy peasy. I am still yet to bring an orange frog here though. I need to do that sometime. Let's go back to our bridge. Keep going down, make a right, and down here is our first portal for the west side. This one is our desert portal. I'm pretty proud of the decorations for this one, mostly just because of this in the background. I copied the desert temple pattern, and you can go inside here, and out the back there's like a little pebble block. I'll go through the portal. This is my main desert biome. Over here, we've got a desert village. It's looking kind of crazy right now because I did a raid here for a stream. But if you keep going through the village, there's also a desert temple here. That's one of the main reasons why I picked this location. This was one of, if not maybe the first desert pyramid I ever searched. I'll show you guys how far we are from home. Home's here, so we've gone this direction this time. Let's go to the next portal. You go back up here, you can see the base right next to me. And this is our Badlands portal. The usual decorations. I've also got some railway tracks, a minecart with a chest, because there's often abandoned mine shafts in Badlands. But let's go through. And look at that view. That is perfect. That's pretty much it for the Badlands. It's just to get here. But behind me, I do also have the Savannah biome with this Savannah village. And this is where all of my Savannah villages came from. That's why there's a dirt bridge right here. It's how I got them back through this and all the way home. Also, this one is not far at all from the desert. We were just here. And now we're here. So they're pretty close. Maybe unnecessary, but whatever helps. That's it for the portals on this side of the bridge, except there's one more thing. This is where my nether fortress is. Of course, we've already explored this entire place. We did that back in episode 9 if you're interested to watch. But there's one thing I do want to show you guys, which is my blaze farm. I don't really know if this is considered a farm yet. Pretty much all it is they're trapped in there, and sometimes I can hit them if they get close enough. But it would be good for me to add maybe some hoppers down below that link to a chest. I usually just have to dig my way in there to collect all the blaze rods. That is everything on the west bridge. Let's start to head back. Not all the way back though. The reason I say that is because I have got a milestone statue to build. And see this cobblestone pillar? This was built the very first time I came to the Nether. You can also see some cobblestone bridges. I went off that way. This is good. Putting up my first pillar. Nice. I'm just building little bridges and stuff, and piglins are enjoying it apparently. Because that's a bit nostalgic and it has meaning to it, that's where we're going to be building the statue. Let's do it. Don't hide. The ghasts are going to be really annoying during this build. Oh. Here's the Pinterest photo that we're going to be using for our 20k milestone statue. It is by Gold Robin. I'll have it linked down below, and I will do my best to link down below all of the farms as well. I'm going to be doing it on this platform right here, and it will take my entire concentration. So let's get to it. Come on. Okay, 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 maybe I should just hide. I think I should just hide. There goes half my statue. Alright, I think I've done it. I won't know for certain until we look at it from far away. But let's add this sign. 20,000 subs we got on the 11th of the 5th, 2025. I've got some dye, of course, to make it glow. And the last thing I'm going to do is I'm going to light this up all the way around. Sorry, mate. You might be stuck here now. The protector. Oh, let's get a good look at this. Hopefully it looks right. Oh yeah, that looks sick. Our 20k milestone statue, everyone. Thank you guys. That's actually a massive number. I can't believe we've gotten here. Now on to 30k. Don't forget to sub. Back to the tour. We're gonna go down our north bridge next. And this bridge, I have started to put ice down so we can jump across it real quick. There is quite a few portals over on this side and all of them are very far away. If you want a quick glimpse, this is what it looks like. We've got a crossroad here. You go left, you go right, you go straight, and it goes pretty damn far. So let's get onto it. Here's the crossroad. First, we're gonna go left. And the first portal room is right here, and it is my trial chamber base. Now, this base is kind of crazy because if you haven't watched my trial chamber episodes, I got Ruined. Ruined. Oh, guys. Guys. What do I do? What do I do? What in the hell gets me that low? No! 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 Oh, I'm dead. Oh, I'm dead. Again! I can't do this. I can't do this. Why did they come out of nowhere? Where did they come from? Why? Why? Oh, I should have done this the first time. Do I lose all my stuff because of that? No. No, please no. I think it all despawned. Oh my god, I think it all despawned. It did inspire me though to completely cut out the outside of this whole base. So this goes all the way around the entire thing. It was mostly so that I could put my own doors on it and have my own escape route. If anything went south, I could just quickly get out here. And of course, I made a proper base up here. I even have a little room in here to sleep so I could set my spawn point. I filled these chests up with some spare loot. I also have some storage chests here so I could dump some of the stuff that I collected from the trial chamber. I should probably take some of this stuff back to my base. I got a diamond chest plate here. That would have been good last episode. And of course, we've got diamonds and emeralds here. But here's my actual trial chamber base. This is the entry to it. And I do currently have all of the spawners covered, which means no mobs can spawn. I can just run throughout this whole thing. For reference on where we are, I'll go to my map. We are here. I even have it marked on the map. And this is where home is. On to the next portal. We keep going down this way, all the way down the end. And this is quite a distance. Down here is my jungle portal. So again, of course, decorated for the jungle. Hey, get out of here. Got some bamboo, got some watermelon, got some vines that look so ugly here. And I also have some netherrack and some magma blocks here because it's actually attached to a ruined portal. I thought it would be cool to connect it to this. Mostly because just through here is my first ever jungle temple. The ruined portal is here and that's there. I thought it would be cute. And this is how far away we are from home. Slowly getting further and further away. On the nether... What the hell? What was that? However, on the nether side, as I was building out this way, we found a structure in the nether. What was that? Oh, you! He was attacking you, I think. Oh, they're so annoying. Yes, I found a structure. If you look out this window, that right there is the bastion. Again, in a few episodes, we're going to be focusing on the nether. What? That was a zombie! Now that makes no sense. Make sure to put your noties on for that. It's going to be happening soon. That's it for this side of the North Bridge. Let's go back to that crossroad. And this time, instead of going left, that way we just went, we'll go right. We've got two portals down this way. The first one is right here, and it is snow themed. There is actually stuff inside this igloo. You just got to walk through the portal. Definitely don't click on this. But I kind of replicated what it looks like inside of an igloo. Let's go through. And here's my snow base. We mostly worked on this around Christmas and a bit in my snow episode in December. I had a lot of fun for Christmas. I set up a bunch of stuff for the viewers to do on stream. One of those things was we had a 10-day build challenge. All of the contestants would send in the photos of their builds. We would vote on whose was best, and whoever won, I built it in this village. But then also at the end of the 10 days, whoever had won the most or whoever was voted the best overall, they won a money prize. Unfortunately, there's still so much more that I have yet to do here, which makes me a little sad because it does feel very incomplete. So I'll get back to this at some point. Hopefully you can see the vision of what it's going to look like. But all of these builds that my viewers made, they just look amazing. I could not make that off the top of my head. Other than that, we also have a little goat's den in here. This is where I bred all of my goats to get all the different goat horns. And there's even more back here. I started separating them because it just got a bit too much and I couldn't tell off the sounds who was who. Oh! Oh! Give me that, please. Oh my god, I forgot that they do that. Anyway, let's get out of here. That's pretty much it for this place. Here's the Santa village. I've also got my snow village here. This is where I got my snow villagers from. And this is how far we are away from home. Not too bad. Now let's go to the next one. So this is at the very end of this bridge. The crossroad is back there. We'll just continue going down here. This one's similar to the previous one, but not quite the same. This is my ice portal. Fun fact about this portal specifically is I never meant to build this in the first place. This was actually me attempting to get the jungle portal made, but when I wrote down the coordinates, I forgot the negative and I went to the positive. Why am I down here? Okay, let's have a look at the map. What? 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 Where the hell am I? Wait, did I go the wrong... Guys, I went the opposite direction. I went the wrong direction. Whoops. Here's my ice biome. It did turn out to be a happy accident though, because this is where I have farmed all of my ice to put on those bridges in the nether. That's about it. This is really close to the snow portal as well. This is where the Santa village is right here. We're here. And that's how far we are from home. On to the next. By the way, I've been filming for 6 hours. I thought the world tour video would be easier and faster. It's been 6 hours I've been filming for. Oh my god. Now we're heading straight from that crossroad. Right. I didn't even know striders could do that. He's just going up that lava fall. Nice. Stop getting distracted. Let's finish this damn video. We're gonna take a left here. Did you guys see that? Push your friend off? No, stop getting distracted. This is my swamp portal. We've even got a swamp villager here. We've also got an iron golem back here as well. He spawned in the swamp biome. I'll show you why. Here we are. And yep, they are still here. Swamp villagers are the only villagers that don't have a naturally spawning village. So the only way to get them is to bring villagers to the biome and breed those until you get a swamp villager. And then honestly, I kind of just let these guys go because I thought they would die out. No, they're just here now. And that's why the iron golem spawn was because I had a bunch of those villagers. I put this portal next to a witch's heart, naturally. I'm pretty sure this portal is the furthest away from home that we've had so far. Let's have a look. This is where we are, and home is all the way down there. On to the next. Thank goodness that is the last portal for our north bridge, and we've got one more way to go, which is our east bridge. Let's go all the way back to our base. We are back, and the last final bridge is my east bridge. I also need to actually continue building this bridge. Whoa. See ya. It has not been done yet. It is still very first stage. We have 2 portals left. They're both down here. The one at the very end is probably the coolest base that I've built with the portals, but we're not there yet. Down this way, we have a portal right there. Unfortunately, I didn't decorate this one. Let's go through. Subspace bubble advancement requires you to use the nether to travel between 2 points in the overworld with a minimum horizontal distance of 7,000 blocks. This portal is for my woodland mansion. I don't have any builds here to show you guys. It's just the mansion. And I guess that makes sense for the 7,000 blocks because I'll show you guys where we just went from. Here we are. And the last time we were in the overworld was my swamp portal, which is somewhere all the way up here. I didn't even know that was an advancement. One more portal to go. Let's get back. Like I said, is at the very end of this bridge. And I'm pretty happy we're ending with this one, to be honest. I love this one. Please don't throw me off the edge. Okay. It's right in here. Again, this isn't decorated, I'm sorry, but it's really cool on the other side, so forgive me. My cherry blossom village. Look at that. Forgive me. Thank you. I built this village in my Cherry Grove episode. We've got a few builds, obviously inspired by the cherry blocks. This is the first one. I did a pillager outpost. I did this on a stream and it took me hours and hours and hours. And I even did the little cage that they have, and oh, how the tables have turned. I've got some pillagers inside of there. That's build 1. We also have this cute little section here with a couple builds. I've got a mini house. It's very small, but it's all it needs to be. I love this build. I think it's so cute. We've got a little bed, a little dresser section, some paintings. Next to it, I have this storage unit. I don't actually use this for storage. This is literally just for decoration. And we've even got a seating area with a fireplace. I also have a picnic over here. We've got a cake. Of course, had to do the picnic rug with the chairs. I love this picnic basket. That's genius. Not by me. I didn't come up with that. I wish I had. In my Cherry Grove episode, that was the first time that I got bees, so of course I had to make a little beehive section. All of those cobblestone blocks were meant to be like honey blocks and stuff, but I didn't have them at the time. I was meant to go back and replace them. Didn't. But the last build in this little village, which is the most important one, is this big pink tree that I have. I quickly ran up the mountain so you guys can see a bit better. I've done like a whole circle of plants and flowers all around it so it looks more grand. It also looks sick on the map. There you go. That's why there's a circle there. It's the tree in the middle. But you might also be able to see it's the base where I have been collecting all of my naturally spawning pink sheep. It's got a cute little heart on it. We go up this staircase and here we are. I currently have 4. And all of these sheep we either found in videos or the 2 most recent ones that we got, Breezy and McKenna, we found live on stream when I was out on a massive adventure. So it was pretty cool being able to find them live on air with all of you guys. Come on. Come on. Sorry, I'm so excited. I'm about to hit 20k and I got a pink sheep. Let's go. Also, sorry that the time is not great. Also, all of these trees that are around here, I did plant all of them myself. I definitely still want to add in a bunch more pink builds. It'll be awesome. But for now, that is it, everyone. Oh, and I'll show you guys the map quickly. This is actually really close to the woodland mansion. And this is how far we are from home. I'm done. I'm done. Oh, that took so long to go through everything. Now that we have finished going through all of the builds and everything I've made in this world, the last thing, I want to make sure to do this at the end of all my world tours, is I do want to get a look at the map, how much we have explored. I just love the idea of comparing it each time and see like how much further we've gone. Obviously all the black areas is places I haven't been to yet. Most recent discovery, by the way, I don't have any builds or any portals there, but we did find the mushroom fields. And next episode, episode 33, we will be finally exploring it. Look forward to that. I will see you guys then. Make sure to like this video if you enjoyed it, please. And don't forget to subscribe to get me one step closer to the next milestone statue. I'll see you guys next time. Bye!